Our passage for today is the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verse 60, through chapter 7, verse 13. I want to focus on chapter 6, verse 63, where Jesus says, "It is the Spirit that gives life. The flesh is useless. The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life." Dallas Willard liked to say about this verse that the gospel of Christ is a spiritual reality about spiritual reality. Ponder that for a moment. But the gospel of Christ, it's a spiritual reality. It's real, it's genuine about spiritual reality. Now, part of what that means in this particular passage is that Jesus is not talking about the physical necessity of eating his physical flesh, if you look back earlier in John chapter 6. But what he's saying is, our physical body, our flesh, ultimately is useless. It's only temporary. It only lasts for so long. It's the Spirit that gives life. And again, as I've said and will say repeatedly as we go through John's Gospel, that word life is vital, that Jesus is all about coming to give us eternal life, which begins now, a level and a vitality of life that is far different than just mere physical existence. And Jesus says, "The words that I have spoken to you are spirit and life." And so if we want to experience life in all of its fullness and depth, we do that through encountering Jesus in the Bible and through his words and through his Spirit that is at work in and through it. This last week I was at a conference at Gordon College, and we heard from Kyler Barr, who is Lorraine Jackman's grandson, a member of our church. And Kyler is actually going to be preaching here the third Sunday of September and then doing a program for parents about a well-known book right now called The Anxious Generation. And it's just about how smartphones and social media are impacting how young people are growing up today. And one of the quotes from the book that Kyler referred to was about how there is a God-shaped space within us, and that space needs to be filled with things that are noble and of God and good. And if it isn't, our culture will move quickly to fill it with garbage. And frankly, I think that's very true. And what Jesus is emphasizing here at the end of his Bread of Life discourse is we want to feed on, we want to fill ourselves with the truth that gives us life. And that is Jesus' words. So continue to look to Jesus, try to encounter him every day, hear his word every day, and know that his words are spirit and life and will never lead you astray.